Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Enjoy Your Stay, a show where I talk with people to discuss what it means to live a good life. I'm your host, Joe Babauta, and with me today is the one and only Gio.
Half a day, guys.
All right, welcome to the show. I appreciate you taking the time to come on. I know we've had some technical difficulties starting out, but hopefully this kind of smooths it all out. And
Yes.
so, thank you nonetheless, though, for your time. So, to get started, I want to talk about music. Tell me just really quickly, how did you get started with the whole thing?
So I did start off in choir, in school choir. I've been in choir since like all throughout elementary, middle school, and high school. And then eventually I branched off and I started joining and forming rock bands.
Okay. And I know, so we spoke a little bit earlier, and so freshman year, we had Fatal Conscience.
Yes. Hmm.
2017, we had Nothing Yet.
Yes.
2021 was kind of that duo Geo with you and your brother, right,
Yes.
Kyle? And
Yes.
then um, currently you're in Crush, but we're kind of in the middle of a name change, right? Back to
We
Geo?
are. Yes.
All right.
And the reason why is because I will be releasing a song this year.
Oh, that's
Maybe a
amazing.
freaking EP album. Honestly, we're just gonna do an EP
Let's
album.
go. All
Yeah.
right. Let's see. Let's
Yeah.
just, why not from just a single to the whole EP?
Single
Let's
till
do it.
yeah.
Yeah.
That's the
Wh-
that's the plan.
That's exciting. So, have you guys already started recording stuff?
So I've been really taking like I feel like my trip out here to Colorado. I'm in Colorado right now, okay?
Mhm.
So I've been out here for already 2 months and I've fallen back in love with playing guitar again and I've just been writing so much poetry and lyrics. So I feel like I've been working on the EP album already. Now
Mhm.
it's just a matter of sitting down with the band and just um working on the instrumentals and just letting it take shape because
Yeah, just kind
I
of
mean, it's
evolve into what it's
yeah,
going to be, right?
yeah, and I
It's
can't
awesome.
wait because I want it to be a collaboration. I don't wanna just have it one-sided. I want everyone else to, like, add their perspective and their influence, and, we all in the band, we all listen to, like, different genres, and
Mm.
it's just gonna be something cool. Like, I just can't wait. It's very experimental.
Yeah. With Crush, have you guys like written songs before?
This would be the first, like, song we've actually laid down, and it's called Twin Flame.
Twin
So,
Flame.
we worked
Okay.
on this before I flew out here to Colorado.
Mhm.
We finished the song in December last year, and when I get back home, we're gonna work on, I guess, promoting it, promoting the single, maybe booking some radio interviews, maybe doing the live
Amazing.
performances of it. I don't
Yeah.
know. We'll see. It's in the works.
That's
I got it. I
yeah.
miss my voice. Yeah.
That's so awesome. So let me ask you though, going back to the original name Crushed, how'd you guys settle on that?
So Crush is something that I came up with, and it was influenced by Crush Crush Crush, the song from Paramore. Because I love Paramore so much. I love Hayley Williams. She's like my greatest influence. And if you hear my vocals, you kind of can sense that. You can hear that. So I listen a lot of Paramore. They're my go-to. Like I
Yeah.
never get tired of them, especially the very first album. All we know is
Yes.
falling. All we know is falling. Greatest album ever. Aside from After Laughter. That's a good
Yeah,
one
it's
too.
yeah,
Brand New
it's
Eyes is so good too. Oh my
yeah,
gosh.
it's weird because like there's not a bad Paramore album. That's the thing. They're
Yeah.
all so
Mhm.
good.
Yes.
And you know, I think with After Laughter, they kind of, in my opinion, they kind of took a bit of a pivot
Genre
in terms of like
shift?
their sound. Yeah. It's
Yes,
very
yes.
like 80s kind of inspired, in
Yes,
my
I love
opinion.
that because it's
Yeah.
synthesizers, It
Yes.
really sounds like
Yes.
some '80s influence in there. I love that.
Yeah, I definitely
And
love it. Yeah, no, go ahead.
so where were we at? So
So
Crush, it was
mhm,
influenced by the Crush Crush Crush, Crush 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 Paramore song. And also I was like, "Yeah, we crush hearts." No, I don't crush any hearts. I get my heart crushed, if anything.
Oh,
Like
man. If it I mean, we've all been there, so we've all had our fair share of
Yeah,
heartbreak emotion, yeah.
yeah.
Man, that's awesome. So, how long has, Crushed been around for?
Crush was a project that I formed in man, when was this? Was this 2024?
Oh, okay,
I
so
gotta check
it's
my Instagram feed.
you're good. You're good. So
Um,
this was a fairly recent one. Who are the
the
members?
members? Okay, so
Members.
our band lineup is Kane, he's on rhythm guitar. Ethan O'Connor, he's on lead. Jeremy Munoz, he's on bass, and he's also the one that produced, recorded Twin Flame single, and
Oh,
then our drummer, Jose. Yeah.
alright,
Jose, I've been
alright.
working with Jose for maybe because before Crush, I was in another band called Pandora's Box with Mateo, with Austin Regis, and just such talented musicians. Like they've been doing it since they were kids. So
Wow.
I was the latest addition to that Pandora's Box, and then we decided to take a break and then do our own thing. And then that's when I was like, I want to get back into the music scene. I formed Crush. It was a whole rebrand and a whole new musician lineup too,
Mhm.
except for Jose. Like
Is it
he's
yeah,
like consistent. Like he's like my I don't want to work with any drummer aside
yeah,
from him. Like I'm loyal to the soil with this dude. He's my
it's
bestie
awesome.
that doesn't
Yeah.
drive a Tessie, okay? I always
I
say that. Yeah.
I have no clue what that means. I've never heard that saying before.
It was in a song. I know it's
Was it a
not relevant
song?
anymore.
It's
It's an old song. It's an
it's
old
fine, no,
song.
it's all
Let's
good.
not go there. Yeah.
I'm also not, very, hip and cool, and with
Dude,
it,
you're
as the
so
kids
hip,
say.
man.
So,
Come on, look at
no.
this podcast. This is
Yeah.
pretty hip, dude.
Yeah, look at this podcast that this is probably, like, take 8 maybe, and
We're gonna
we've had to
edit that.
switch stuff.
We're gonna cut that part out where you said it was the 8 take because
No,
no one needs to
it's
know.
no, it's
Mm,
fine. It's keeping me honest, and it's
yeah.
also forcing me to kinda get comfortable with,
I
like,
like that. Okay.
learning how to, kind of
Transparency. Okay.
exactly. Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. Okay, so we're doing this do you guys have a release date for Twin Flames for the single?
Oh my gosh, Twin Flames. I am not sure when we're gonna launch it, but we will be having it played on the radio.
That's awesome. How
Before
does
we even before we even launch it on the streaming platforms. I kinda like that, it's kinda like this
yeah,
underground feel
yeah,
where you're, like, on the r you're listening to the radio, you just tune in, you're like,
mhm,
"What song is this? Who is this
mhm,
band?" And it sparks
yeah,
curiosity and interest, and I just want that. I wanna start conversations,
mm.
and from there, just start the whole, like, marketing promotions around the Twin Flame single.
That
Twin
is so
Flame,
cool.
ugh,
Yeah.
such a emo title, but so
Hey, it's
perfect.
it can't get it I mean, it can't be any more, like, true to your character, right? With
Yeah.
all the influence we talked about, now and even off camera a bit, with, um, the classic rock kind of metal scene, right, to even
Mhm.
the more emo kind of punk scene. Um, Speaking of which, I know we've been wanting to talk about this. You recently
Yes.
saw Census Failed, right?
I know.
Tell
I saw
me
a
about
census
this.
spell in Denver, and I was
Here we
like,
go.
"Oh my gosh, my emo girl dreams have come true. This
Yeah,
is so epic." It was the
it's amazing.
highlight of my trip. I mean, aside from
Mhm,
spending time with my family, because I have not seen them for 3 years, but
mhm.
I forced my little sister, I was like, "I'm gonna buy us tickets to watch Census Fell, Armor for Sleep, and Story of the Year." Like,
That's
the
amazing,
lineup,
yeah.
right? And
Mm,
I mean, these bands, I grew up watching them, on MTV, like you're getting ready for
mhm.
school. You have MTV on, the music videos are
Yeah.
playing, and you're like going to middle school, acting like you got real problems, and you're like, like, oh, I know what love
Yeah.
is, but I've never experienced love, but I feel
N
heartbroken and
I've
just
never
that
had my heart
teenage,
broken.
yeah, that
Yeah,
teenage angst,
yeah.
and seeing Census Bell live, like, wow, it was just, it came full circle and it's so inspirational. And I'm like, this is a reason why I'm in a freaking band today. This is a reason
Amazing.
why I play rock and roll. And,
Mhm.
it's a lifestyle. You live and breathe it.
Yeah, and it's not a phase,
Yeah.
mom, you know what
It's
I
not a
mean?
phase.
It's
Emo
not a
is not a
phase.
phase.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was
Yeah.
about to admit my age. Like,
No.
I've been a I am not like the new gen Midwestern emo girly. I am
Um,
the like OG early 2000s
there we
like
go.
emo girl.
There we go. Yeah, I
Yeah.
so I to I'm not gonna force you to reveal how old you are or anything like that. For me,
Yeah.
I'm 30. So my
Okay.
kind of come up into like kind of the punk, pop punk scene was
Yeah.
more like all time low, We the Kings, Boys Like Girls, kind of that era, right? Which I think is more like
Mhm.
late 2000s, kinda 2010s era,
Yeah.
right?
Mhm.
I know though, like, a lot of, like, The Census Failed, even obviously Blink, right? Take Back
Blink-182 is
Sunday,
timeless. They are
super
timeless.
yeah, they go they're basically those bands influenced the bands that I listen to, and kinda growing up, like, I had my emo phase, in high school, like, middle school, high school, I had the long emo hair, I wore the
No way!
skinny
You had the
jeans,
bangs?
yes, yes,
I love
yes.
that. I love that. Me
I had
too.
the bangs.
Me too.
I used to straighten my hair, and I didn't know what I was doing, but I would straighten my hair, and I was a scene kid for sure. Like, I wore skinny jeans, I did
Wow.
white
Wow.
V-necks with a vest, I did
Oh
flannels with a
my
vest,
gosh.
all along Guam, which is, like, humid and
There's really no
just
need for that, but it was
yeah,
fashion over everything. It was a
exactly,
fashion
yeah,
statement. Oh my gosh, you talking
for
about the
sure.
V-necks and the skinny jeans? Like,
Yeah,
dude, that is like and
exactly.
the scenic hair.
Yeah,
Oh
yeah,
my
and
gosh.
as much as I'm such a big fan of those bands, right? And then, kinda with my own my number 1 fantasy has always been to be in a rock band, and so which is a big reason why I wanted to talk to you because I wanna
Right
just
on.
know more
Okay.
about what it's like to be in a rock band and kind of, just the stories of your journey, so but it's so cool though to know that we definitely relate on those levels.
Yes. The
Census
music.
failed. It's insane that you got to see them. Was that a spur of the moment kind of thing, or did you plan to see
No,
them?
so I was back home in Guam and my
Mhm.
sister like sent me an IG post, a Scream Team tour. That's the tour that we saw, right? The show that
Mhm.
we saw. And she's like, "Hey, check it out. They're gonna be in Denver." And I was like, "I'm buying our tickets now." I
Yeah,
literally bought it that same day because I
it's
was
amazing.
scared that they were gonna sell out, right?
Mhm.
And I actually influenced my sister Jessica into the whole rock and roll and like
That's
emo,
awesome.
pop
Yeah.
punk. Yeah. And what was the question again?
Uh, no, the
Sorry,
question it's
sorry.
okay. We're going really everywhere with this, which is fine. I
Yeah,
love it's
yeah,
so freeform and it's just to get to know you. But
yeah.
ultimately the question was it the census failed going to see them? Was it a spur of the moment or did you plan it? So
Oh,
you
spur
already
of the
answered it
moment. Oh
though.
yeah,
Yeah, you're
no, I
good.
planned it.
You're good.
See,
Yeah, yeah,
I
yeah.
answered it. I answered
Yeah,
it.
for
There you
sure.
go.
All right. What's your favorite maybe your favorite census failed song? And then what was your favorite song that they performed that night?
Oh my god. Favorite album from Census Fail? Let It Enfold You.
That's
That iconic, like, album artwork where the guy is in a suit,
yeah,
he's
he's yep,
staring at his own
the
reflection,
mhm.
and then I think the
It's kinda like
reflection
the
is the one in flames. He's in
yep,
flames or whatever, and that album from start to finish was so freaking good. Like, I can
yeah,
listen to that album on repeat.
yeah,
Like,
it's
Bite to Break
definitely
Skin. Bite to
is
Break Skin is so good.
it's nuts though so, actually, let me ask you, so that night though you saw them in Denver, did
Mhm.
they perform, like, just everything you wanted? Was it more than you could imagine?
Well, they did play, like, some of their newer songs, but they did play from Let It Enfold You, like, they played Can't Be Saved.
Can't be
Oh,
saved.
Can't
Can't be
Be
saved
Saved
is
is
so
such a
good.
good
Yeah,
song. They played 187.
yeah.
That's, like,
I
the
I will
very first album.
I will also say I'm not the biggest definitely not as big as you of a fan of, Since It's Failed,
It's
but
okay. You're gonna
just
listen to it after this
yeah,
podcast. Like,
I
after
was
this
gonna say,
interview, you're gonna
I'm
check it
checking out
out.
you're gonna recommend everything,
Yeah.
I'm assuming they played Buried Alive.
Yes, they did. Oh my
Yes?
gosh, Buried
Yeah.
Alive. I was
When I
like,
first heard that, I think I was in, like, middle school, but hearing that, I was like, because I was very, very into, like, My Chemical Romance at the time.
Okay. Oh, I love
And
MCR.
yeah,
I
yeah, yeah,
love
yeah.
them. Yeah.
It's so cool. I'm gonna pivot a bit though, but it's so cool that like all these bands are really coming back. But
Mhm.
it's bittersweet to me because as much as I love that they're still kind of kicking, I'm scared of new music. And I've always been that way with
Wow.
pop
Okay.
punk because I'm scared that All Time Low, for example, I like their from their first album, So Wrong It's Right, or even their EPs and stuff, like the party scene, all this stuff. It's stuff that's like near and dear to me. And I'm scared that as like bands get older and start to put out more or come back, right?
Yeah.
It's not gonna hit. And a lot of times it doesn't for me at least. But it's
Yes.
not that it's bad. It's just that I'm older, I'm not
Yes, I
that
was about to
emo
get
kid.
there. I was
Yeah,
about to
so
get
but
there. Like, consider the times, consider that
mhm,
it was a phase, and
yeah,
that at the time that song or that band was so relevant to you,
mhm,
whether it be like something you're experiencing in life at the time. And and for them to also their sound will evolve. They're not going to be
yeah,
that same teenage angst
mhm,
emo band because they've grown from that. So they're going to have more of a mature sound,
mhm.
maybe a lot more positive,
Yeah,
less
yeah,
angry, less sad, more happy.
mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I get you though.
it's
I get you how it's hard to commit to or to even explore new bands. And I was like that too.
yeah.
I feel you on that. That's but Hot Mulligan though. Hot Mulligan is dude, do you know Hot Mulligan?
Oh, no, is that a band? I'm assuming that's a
That's a
band?
band! Okay, so
It's a
that's
band?
the whole
Okay.
Midwest emo genre today.
Oh, okay.
It's that's what the emo kids today are listening to, this Midwest emo sound. You're
Yeah.
gonna listen to Hot Mulligan after this interview, and you're gonna be like,
Yes.
"Yes." And
Yeah.
my other favorite band is Bill Murray. Bill Murray is so good.
I've never heard of Bill Murray besides Bill Murray. I
Bill
didn't know there's a
Murray, the
band
actor.
named
Yeah,
Bill Murray. Okay.
yeah, yeah. Check him out on Spotify. Super
That's so
good.
awesome. Yeah. Okay. So like I said, this is going kind of everywhere, which is great. I love it. I do want to go back though to Twin Flame real quick. So
Okay.
you mentioned you guys gonna release it on radio first before you release it on streaming platforms,
Yes.
um, which I love. What's the what and I know this is you said this is you haven't really written songs before with Crush, right? This is kind of the first time you
Yes.
guys are writing songs. What's the process like to like come up with a song, produce it, get it ready, and then like promote it? Whether it be like, do you just reach out to like the radio stations? Do you guys have like connects with people, or like how does
Well,
that work?
yes. So Reese the Beast, I saw you had her. That baddie was
Yes,
on
yeah,
your podcast.
mhm,
So
yeah.
my mom, what I bumped into her because my mom's on Guam and I'm here in Colorado. So we're gonna switch places when I get back home.
Oh,
She's
okay,
gonna come back home. Yeah. So
yeah,
she bumped into Reese at I don't even know what restaurant, and she was telling Reese like, "Oh yeah, my daughter Gio, she has a song called Twin Flame, and she has yet to release it." And then Reese was like, "Tell her to send it to me so I could play it on the radio."
awesome,
So it's
yeah,
really about networking and it's also about treating people like everyone around you with kindness because you
yeah,
never know, right? You
yeah.
never know. Like help me help you, right?
Yeah, no, for sure, and it's also
Yeah.
too, like, that's the it's I think for people, it's kind of the natural thing, especially being from Guam, right? Guam's
Yes.
very homegrown, very,
Hmm.
community centric, right?
Community.
And
Yes.
so I've been out here in the States for the last like 3 years and
Wow.
love it.
Okay.
It's great. But there's something about being back home, which I haven't been back home since I left, but
Wow.
there's something about even just having like family and friends visit, right? Like you gotta kind of get used to where you're living, but then when like childhood friends come to visit or your family comes to visit, it's like, oh yeah, that spirit, that like island spirit never leaves. No matter
I
where you
never.
are, you're always an islander, you're always from Guam, whatever it might be. And so I think it's cool that you mentioned that of like just being kind to people, right?
Hmm.
Because it's such a huge value, I think, on Guam, which is
It
awesome.
is.
Yeah.
Hmm. Family
Okay,
oriented.
so
Hmm.
yeah, so we got Twin Flame, and then I know you were saying too about why not just release a whole EP? How
Yeah.
many songs have you and the boys written so far?
So that's where I need to go back home and we need to lay it all out.
Yeah.
Like we got to
Okay.
do some work when I get back home
Mhm.
because I've been out here for 2 months. I fell back in love with guitar. I've been
Nice.
playing, learning like a new song every single day. It's
Oh,
come to
wow.
that point for me. Yeah, I know. I'm like surprising myself like, "Oh my gosh, I'm memorizing my chords." I'm like,
Yeah.
I mean the muscle memory is there, right?
Mhm.
But then getting back into it and falling in love and just learning all my favorite songs. I learned "Decode" by Paramore.
Oh, oh,
I was like, "What? I could play
okay.
this?" I never
Okay.
I left it to the boys. "You play your part, play the guitar, I'll just stick to singing." But while out here, I started learning all my favorite Paramore songs. I learned "Decode." I learned "In the Morning." It's a really sad,
Oh.
folky type
But I like
song,
it though.
right?
I like it. Yeah, that
Yeah.
was, I think, off the Singles Club from one of their albums. I forgot which one it was. I think it was the self-titled one, if I'm not mistaken. But yeah,
Yes.
because
So
there's
I've mhm.
go ahead, sorry.
So sorry. So like I started playing guitar again and I've been writing a lot of poetry and a lot of lyrics. So when I get back
Awesome.
home, if they can come up with the instrumentals and if I could somehow combine it,
Mhm.
collaborate,
Yeah,
and then we'll
yeah,
get the EP album going.
that's
For
awesome.
Twin Flame, in all honesty, that song was written in like 20 to 30 minutes.
Wow, okay.
Yeah, isn't
That's
that
a
crazy?
that's a quick writing
Yeah,
session.
there was yeah, it was a quick writing session, and we planned rehearsal over at Jeremy's studio, and we just went in there. I went in there without any, like no pressure,
Mhm.
no, I mean, intention, yeah, maybe I wanted to come up with something at the end of rehearsal, but it was just no pressure, very free flow, and just collaborate. And Jerry was coming up with a guitar riff, and I was like, "Dude, I like that."
Yeah.
And I was like, "Wait, hold on, let me write something to that." And at the time, I was Twin Flame. Oh my god, the concept. It's a heartbreak song, okay? It's a
Okay,
song about
okay.
heartbreak.
Yeah.
And the concept of the twin flame is two souls derived from one, where they mirror each other's inner wounds, their strengths, their weaknesses. And at the time I was going through a heartbreak.
Oh, yeah.
And it comes the song really comes from experience and a real place and a place of vulnerability. And I was so scared to even talk about it. I think that's the reason why I've been hesitant about writing original music or original songs because I don't want to let everyone in. And I kind of have that guard up because I'm scared of being judged. I'm scared of being misunderstood. But at this age, like at my age now, I'm like, man, I'm comfortable in my skin. I know who I am. And
Mhm.
it's you take it the way you want to. It's either you accept it or you reject it, but that's okay. And
Mhm.
as long as I'm staying true to myself, my true authentic self, unapologetically me, then that's powerful. So I've come
Yeah,
to that realization today that I need to just put it out there. It's kind of like a
awesome.
bucket list. It's part of my bucket list. Like
Yeah.
I want to leave like what do I want to leave behind? What work do I want to leave behind? What do I want to be remembered for? And I want to be remembered for the things I create, things I love most, my music, my food.
Yeah, 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 there's so much more we have left to talk about,
Yeah.
but I do wanna say before we move forward
Yeah.
is it's amazing that, from this really painful thing, right, of the heartbreak that you were going through, that you were something beautiful came out from it, right? And
Hmm.
it's kinda like, I've dabbled in, like, songwriting, throughout the years and stuff. I've never, like, put anything out. I'm not a musician, right? But,
Let's
it's like
go.
yeah, well, I don't know, we'll see. But anyways, it's just nice because, whatever point in time you're writing something, it's nice that you kind of put it in, like, this time capsule, right, of, like, a song.
Yes. I
And
love that.
so
Yeah.
yeah, and so it feels like, and even if you're just writing for you, like, it's very cathartic and you're just really letting it out, and it makes you kind of process, the mental side of things, the emotional side of things, like, very much, and it's awesome that you're at an age or at a point in your life maybe where you are unapologetically you, or if that's what you've decided, right? And that you're
Hmm.
also, like, hey, if you like it, you like it, and if you don't like it, there's another song on the radio you can listen to, right?
Yeah,
But,
true.
um,
Yes.
at the end of the day, this kind of like, what do you wanna leave behind, right, is
Mhm.
very much in line with what enjoy your stay is, right? So, it's cool that you've kind of come almost full circle, right? From a little, was it second grade, I think, right?
Yeah.
Of
Mhm.
choir to just, your whole journey of now you're not just singing other people's songs, but soon you'll be singing your own songs, right?
Yes.
So that's
That's so
awesome. So
beautiful.
yeah, no, I just think it's amazing, and it takes a lot of courage, a lot of guts to create something and put it out there, and that's with me right now with the podcast and just the brand
Exactly.
itself.
Mhm.
It's scary because I like talking to people and hearing stories and conversations, but who am I, at the same time, like,
What?
who am I to
You
just be like,
are
"Hey, you wanna come on
creating
the
this
show?"
community. You are creating this
I
community.
appreciate
You
that,
are
yeah.
gathering artists and, people from back home on Guam that are,
Mhm.
what are you up to? What are you
Mhm.
doing to contribute to the community? What are you doing for yourself?
Yeah.
And
Well,
you're creating that platform for us to express ourselves. So that is a powerful and beautiful thing in itself.
I
And you're
appreciate that.
doing amazing. And I'm so happy that you invited me onto the show.
Yeah. Well, the pleasure's all mine. All right. So we talked about music. I do
Yes.
want to just pivot a little bit and talk
Okay.
about Chamorrita Eats. So let me ask you, when did you get into cooking? And go from there. So when did you start cooking?
Cooking. Okay. So I never thought I'd be cooking empanada for a living today. Let's
Yeah.
start there. Yeah, I never thought I'd be cooking for a living. I do it full time. But where I started, I was a curious kid into really weird things that kids don't aren't normally into. I grew up watching a lot of History Channel. I grew up watching a lot of Food Network. So with Food Network, I mean, I grew up watching 30-minute meals with Rachel Ray, Bobby
Uh-huh.
Flay, grilling with Bobby Flay, Chopped, Iron Chef, Everyday
Yeah.
Italian with Giada, all these like
Right.
food personalities. And I would watch it daily, like every day. And I felt like, these are places in the world that I'm pretty sure I'm not going to visit or get the chance to
Uh-huh.
visit because I'm just an island girl. Like, what the heck is basil? What the heck is pesto? What the heck is pine nuts? I'm just like, what's red chard? What's kale?
Yeah.
It's just all these like very like these different ingredients that they're cooking with.
Uh-huh.
And I felt that it kind of took me beyond the island. It took me to a
Uh-huh.
faraway place where
Uh-huh.
I can learn about that place because food plays such a big role in cultural identity. And yeah, Food Network is what made me fall in love with cooking. But I was a vegetarian at one point in time. I was this middle schooler, high schooler that was like, I don't want to eat animals. I love animals. So I started cooking and preparing my own food. And that's when I started baking and cooking for myself because my family was just eating a lot of steak and stuff and pork chops and
Uh-huh.
tanak tack. And, these are
Yeah.
tomorrow food staples that I'm sure everyone's grew up with, like kadu,
Mhm.
I
Yeah.
was I didn't wanna eat that stuff. I was like, "I'll just eat my tofu." And I
Yeah.
started I started cooking for myself. So I think that's when I started really cooking. Middle school.
Okay. Middle school. Cool.
Yeah.
With with the cooking stuff, because you also mentioned obviously with the music, right? Growing
Mhm.
up, let me ask you, have you always wanted to be a musician, or was it more like I wanted to be a chef? Like, what did you want to be growing up?
A rock star.
A rock star. All right.
I wanted to be a rock star.
Yeah, with
Yeah.
what the conversation's been, thus far, it makes sense that that's
It
what
makes
you'd want to
sense,
be.
yeah. I wanted to be a rock star. I mean, I was a kid, I'd be playing in grandma's garden, and there's, like, this I don't know, there's, like, this sheet of metal on the grass. I'm like, I don't even know what tier of a tier, and I would pretend it'd be my stage.
It's awesome. Yeah.
Just like, yeah, I was a little kid, or like just singing
Yeah.
to the crowd. Thank you,
Yeah.
London.
That's
Yeah,
amazing. Yeah. That's
yeah.
awesome. Okay. And then, so you want to be a rock star, which you are,
I don't know
it's,
about that. I got to release an EP album, then we could start talking about that. Like,
well, in
let me
my
launch some
opinion,
music.
you got the look, you got the hair, you got the sweater and stuff.
Oh
So
my gosh, I'm
works for
obsessed
me.
with animal print. This is cow, but not real
There you
cow.
go.
Okay.
I was
Yeah.
gonna say, speaking of being a vegetarian vegan, right? But So we're cooking in middle school, it's because you wanted to be a vegetarian, and
Yes.
then when did you start Chamorrita Eats? What year was this?
Gosh, 2021. So that's when I started
Wow,
Geo
okay.
Van, that's when I started Chamorrita Eats. So, man, that was such a great year for me. I feel like that was the year where I really, like, decided for myself that I was going to challenge myself
Mhm,
musically, food-wise, and during the pandemic lockdown, COVID lockdown, I think everyone took to the kitchen and cooked food for themselves and their families so they could feel some form of comfort, right?
mhm.
So I fell back in love with baking and cooking. I had this whole kitchen to myself. I was baking ube pandesal. Everyone was so obsessed with ube at the time. I'm still obsessed with ube. That's not a phase. Like, I was baking ube pandesal, I was baking cookies, I love cookies. Everyone should have cookie dough in their freezer because in the middle of the night, like midnight, when you're craving a cookie, you can just pull it out the freezer and pop it in the oven. Cause that's me,
Well,
that's the type
yeah,
that's me. That's my thing.
that's
Yeah.
awesome. So what made you wanna start Chamorrita Eats, like, of all things?
It was a side hustle. So
Mm,
during that time, I was in tech support at this should I say the name of the
too
company I worked
far
at?
as
Is it
much as
okay?
you wanna go in,
Yeah, it's
as much
okay.
as you wanna go
I
in,
just
yeah.
worked for a telecom company and I was in tech support and we were working remotely and I was like, I wanted to make some side cash, so I started baking goods. Pecan tarts was my very first pastry that I launched. Like that was November, December 2020. Then
Love me a pecan tart.
2021. Yeah, I love pecan tarts. I'm obsessed. And my brother too, Kyle, he loves
Mm,
pecan tarts. Um, and then 2021 came and I was like, I started cooking more things.
mm,
Empanada is when I started cooking in 2021, the
okay,
empanada lunch. So,
yeah.
based on my work background, my mom, my family, they own local promos. It's a
Mm,
promotional items company. And I worked there for like 13 years. Yeah, I worked at local promos running operations for 13 years. I have a background in graphic design, product
oh, nice.
development. I worked on branding. So, how Charity Eats came into existence is like I realized that everyone's selling empanada, everyone's selling cookies, but what would set me apart? I had to
Mhm,
create this brand identity for myself, color scheme, logo, something that was impactful, right?
mhm.
So I came up with Charity Eats, the name, the logo, the colors, and people really gravitated towards that.
Yeah, I
And
love the empanada, like, mascot that you got going on.
oh,
That
thank
is
you.
so
I did not create
awesome.
that. I'm gonna give that goes like let me give credit where it's due. It's to
Mhm.
Ashley over at the Small Creative, my Guma sister. So we
Okay.
we did the Guma program last year. We graduated. Have you heard of Guma?
I haven't
No?
I will say this, so not only have I not been on Guam for the last, like, 3 years, but I haven't been on social media for the last probably, like, 6 years, 7
That
years,
is
maybe?
crazy. That's
Well,
amazing.
I mean, it's more of like my anxiety was way too high, but that's a whole different thing. So I
Okay.
don't know kind of what is new, and then starting the podcast last year, that's my kind of reintroduction to social media. So much has
Okay.
changed. Even on Guam, like I don't really know so much about what's going on.
No problem. I
I'm a
can let
terrible
me let you in.
represent. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Inform me. Let me know. So Guma,
Yes.
it's a
Guma.
program.
So Guma is a program. It's a
Okay.
16-week program for
Mhm.
entrepreneurs, small business owners. You are introduced to like a lot of um there's so much it's a mentorship program.
Yeah.
And over a span of 16 weeks, you take a Saturday class over at EOG School of Business. You learn about proper business licensing. You learn about marketing strategies. You learn about the legalities of owning a business, and you even meet lawyers. You meet a lot of great people. And it was such a good program. I'm so happy that I took on that program and graduated last year. So Ashley over at the Small Creative designed my empanada logo. Yeah. And
Oh,
we met
shout out
we met at
Ashley.
Guma.
Okay.
Yeah, we met at
Nice.
Guma. Yeah.
Nice. Well,
Yeah.
it's cool too, just the again, going back to what we said earlier about the kind of the, community-based, right,
Yes. Mhm.
kind of values, right, with Guam and all that. It's like I'm pretty sure, Guma opened up so many more doors for you, right? In terms
Yes.
of just the network and
Networking.
stuff with people. Yeah.
Yes.
And
Mhm.
so awesome. But yeah, shout out Ashley. You said the small
The Small
creative.
Creative, yes.
All
She's
right, there we go.
amazing graphic artist, yeah. So she designed the Empanada logo, even just the whole rebrand.
Oh,
Yeah.
cool. Okay. Yeah, yeah. So 2021, we're doing bacon, we're
Charity.
doing pecan tarts,
Yes.
right? Chamorrita
Yes.
Eats, and then we got empanada, and then you were saying what separates me, and it was really from like a visual standpoint, right? Brand
Yes.
identity, what you said.
Mhm.
Okay. What were some of the early dishes that you did besides pecan tarts and empanadas?
I feel that my menu at the time was a lot smaller than it is
Yeah.
today. It's
Okay.
a lot
Yeah.
smaller. Empanada was always the bestseller. I feel like the
Mhm.
island's just obsessed with empanada
Yes.
because
Mhm.
anything deep fried is freaking amazing. I love
Oh,
deep fried
yes.
things.
Yeah.
Okay. Um, so my menu was a lot smaller. I was doing ube crinkles, red velvet crinkles, chocolate crinkles, pecan tarts, and empanada. I think that was, and ube panda salt. That was the menu at the time.
Mhm.
And then the platform that I used mainly to market my products was Instagram.
Mm,
Instagram
okay.
is so, and everything's with my following, it was all through organic growth, a lot of
Mhm.
ads, a lot of content creation. I love content creation. It's so fun. Like
You gotta teach
shooting
me how to do this
videos.
stuff. Yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I
It's
have
just
no
like
clues.
show everything behind the scenes,
Mhm.
get the people
Yeah.
excited. And I love creating videos of me just cooking. I'm sure you saw my bread making on my music page last
Mm,
night. So I made some ube and hamburger buns. I made smash burgers for dinner last night. And I just was shooting the process of rolling the
yeah.
dough and
Mhm.
yeah, it's fun stuff.
It's cool. So how do you decide to start something new in terms of, like, adding to the menu? Like, is it just stuff that you've already, like, "I just kind of always liked baking or making this," because from your early menu, you said it was a lot of baked goods, but the only, like, real,
Yes.
like, savory thing was the empanada, right?
Yes.
So how do you decide to
So
start adding things?
okay, so the menu is truly a reflection of like my childhood, all the
Mhm.
things that I know and enjoy eating as a kid, and just like referring back to the memory and then kind of like figuring out how to cook it. Because honestly, the only person that's taught me to cook was my grandma, and that was riscetti, pasta, which is like a baked turnover, ahu, and what else did she make? Kadu? Yeah, so she with the items on my menu, it's like whatever I love and enjoy as a kid, and I wanted to create nostalgia, and I wanted to share that. So it really is like memory lane on the
Yeah,
menu. From
that's cool, and
chicken
it's
ala
also your
king, yeah.
yeah, ooh, chicken ala king, yeah, and it's also
Yeah.
paying tribute to, right, those who've come before you, right? Your grandma and
Yes.
stuff like that who's taught you these
Mhm.
things, and, I think that's amazing. What is your current menu for Chamorrita Eats?
Okay, I do red rice spam musubi. So
Oh,
I have a teriyaki marinade. I marinate the spam overnight, and it's with red rice. So that's the whole Guam take or the
so
Chamorro
yeah,
fusion cuisine take on it on the
mhm,
spam musubi because it's originally from Hawaii, right? But
mm,
it's like Hawaii, Japanese, Chamorro fusion, all of that good stuff in one. And what else? Empanada. That's a given. Chicken ala king is my fave. Like, the
yeah,
only
oof.
time I would eat chicken ala king was, like, Three Kings over in Zonia Baza Gardens at my great aunt's house.
Yeah,
Like,
just, like,
that's
on
when it
occasion, yeah,
on
yeah,
occasion. And I was like, "Man, I wanna eat this whenever I freaking want, so why don't I just,
yeah,
like, figure it out?" And everyone's always like, "I don't know how to make the shell. How do you make the shell?"
yeah.
You know?
I I always thought so growing up, like, that's obviously a staple, right, in the Chamorro menu, chicken al king. I
Yes.
never cared for it as a kid because I was like, "I don't really like vegetables,"
You're
and,
like
just like the little yeah, I was never a fan of that, but I always thought it
yeah.
was cool that, like, you would essentially, like, take this, like, soup and pour it into, like,
I
this
put it in the
shell.
shell.
Yeah, and I'm
Yeah.
like, "Wow, that's like a" like, visually, like, it looks so cool, and then it wasn't until I got a little bit older that I actually tried it, and I was like, "Wow, I
Been missing
have
out.
really missed out on what,
Yeah.
good food is," and so but it's cool. What's the most challenging thing you find cooking?
Man. Um, I think, well, because the only one that does the cooking, the marketing, the sales, the deliveries is me. I am a
Wow, okay.
one-man army.
There we
So
go.
I think at times I feel overwhelmed and overworked and burnt out. So it's a matter of like time management,
Mm,
not overpromising my clients. I've learned that, hey, I got to take care of myself, but I want to cater to everyone. I want to take care of my clients too, but I also have to take care of myself because if I'm not physically well, then I,
mhm.
I won't be able to cook. You have to be strong in the kitchen. It's hard.
Yeah,
You have to
yeah,
you have to have a lot of grit.
mhm,
You are not above dishwashing. Like you gotta dishwash everything.
yeah,
Yeah. And that would take 2 hours for me. Like
mhm.
after a whole day of cooking, 2 hours of dishwashing.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. It's like just because the food is cooked doesn't mean the job's over, right?
No, it's
So,
not over. I
yeah,
work all day, really,
that's nuts.
because I'm
And you
like
s
dealing with,
yeah, no, go ahead,
I'm
continue.
okay, because I'm like, dealing with the customer inquiries on Instagram or
Mhm.
like I just launched my website while out here. So I did nationwide
Awesome.
shipping for empanada because
Yes.
doing that back home on Guam, it's not like the price to ship out is crazy expensive.
Yeah.
And I felt that, I'm here in Colorado for a limited time. Why don't I ship to nationwide? And I did. I'm so
Nice.
happy that I got to do it. My last day to ship orders is Monday.
Oh,
And then
okay,
I'll
cool.
be, yeah, Monday is
Maybe
my
that
last day. I had to close the site down for to accept orders. I didn't want to overwhelm myself. And also like
yeah.
I'm heading back home.
Mhm. Yeah, it goes back to just taking care of yourself, right? While still trying
Yes.
your best to be of service to people.
Yes.
Um, so yeah, I didn't realize that it was all you behind everything, whether it's the marketing, it's the order taking, it's the obviously the cooking, right? And then the delivery.
Yes. Hmm.
What for you, what has been the most challenging part of Chamorrita Eats?
Hmm. I need a pivot.
Yeah,
I need a
okay.
team. I need a team so bad. I mean, I'm so grateful that my last pop up, it was for Fan Farm Guam. Shout out to Fan Farm Guam because I freaking
Shout out
love
Fan
them.
Fun. Okay.
Yeah, they always invite me for their spring and their fall farmers market. And it really is a community. They always invite me to be a food vendor. And the last pop up I did, which was in November or was it October? Okay, I forget. But
Yeah.
anyways, anyways, I had staff that day. I was able to afford 4 employees, and I'm
Oh,
like,
nice.
okay, I
Yeah.
know I need all the help I can get, but I need a pivot. The most challenging thing is trying to meet the demand because I feel like I've grown so much over the
Mhm.
years because from 2021 to now 2026, now I'm exporting goods from Colorado nationwide. And then when I get back home on Guam, I really would like to have a food trailer. So 2026 goal is before the end of this year, I will have that food trailer and I will have employees so I can serve 1,000 empanada daily. That's the goal.
That there we go, we're speaking that into existence.
Yes, for
That's
manifesting.
awesome.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
the goal.
and yeah, that'd be you're essentially, 5 years into it. So, it's a awesome, like, 5-year milestone to just now have, like, a truck or a
A
physical,
truck, a trailer,
place
yes.
to
A
yeah.
place, I wanna be a destination. I
Mhm.
want
Yeah.
to be part of that where people visit Guam, they're like, "I gotta go to Chamorrita Eats food truck and
Mhm.
I gotta get that empanada." I mean, it's already become that way where, people are like, "Hey, I'm on island. Can I get some empanada before I head back home to
Mm.
California?"
Yeah.
So people are messaging me with like from Hawaii, like, "Hey, I'm flying out next week. Can I order for then, like for that time?"
Yeah.
I was like, "It's so amazing. I didn't realize like wow, I created that impact or that type of
Yeah, yeah.
following where
That
people from
reach.
around the world that reach. It's
Mhm.
crazy.
That's
I'm
cool.
so
That's
I'm
so
so
cool.
happy and grateful.
Yeah, no, and as you should be. It's wonderful to see just how, from what started as, "I just wanna make some side cash," right? To
Yeah,
now,
yeah.
this is your full-time thing, right? Obviously, you still do the
Yes.
music, but, like, this is
Yes.
your full-time thing, and just you're only going up from here, right, with the food truck.
Yes.
Um,
Mhm.
Plus, food trucks are super popular, like, not just on Guam, but, like,
Yeah.
everywhere. A good food truck
Yes.
is one that people kind of frequent all the time, and I think it's cool the way you say you wanna be kind of that destination for, like, when people go to Guam, they're like, "Ooh, I wanna get
Yes.
some stuff from Chamorrita Eats," because like, out here in the States, like, I'm in Oregon, so where I'm at, there might be other places, but where my wife and I have found is so good is up in Portland, there's a food truck
Okay.
called Churchu Barbecue, and
Okay.
they're really, really good. And then my wife and I got married last year over the summer, and we've honeymooned in Vegas. So we were able to check out Red Rice
Okay.
in Las Vegas. Those
Yes.
guys,
Uh-huh.
so good, so good, both places. And so it's nice that like as an islander being out in the States, it's like, where's a good Chamorro food? Like I'm craving something, right? Versus people that come back home, it's like, yeah, you can get empanada like anywhere really. You can get empanada like
Yes.
at this mom
You
and
can.
pops, which is great.
Yes.
Definitely support that for sure. But also you're now like starting to get up there of like people are coming and like, I want empanada. Who do they think of? They think of Chamorro Eats. So that's
Yes.
awesome.
It's becoming
That's
a
cool that
staple
you're
for sure, but
yeah.
it's not like it took so much time to get to this point, a lot of marketing,
Right.
a lot of orders to fulfill. I really don't know how much empanada I've made as of
I was
today's
just about to
date.
ask you how many
I
yeah.
really wanna count. Like, I need to check like, books to see
Wow.
how much
Yeah.
empanada I've sold because I that's something that I haven't counted.
I think that would blow your mind. I feel like if you were to take count of like how many empanadas, not just you've made out in the States, but just since you started the whole thing,
Overall? Yeah.
I think it might, I don't know, what your daily orders look like, but I'm gonna say it's well within the thousands. It's
It's
definitely up there.
it's yeah, it's in the
Yeah.
thousands for
Yeah. That's
sure.
awesome. And even at that, I feel like what we say it might be is probably underestimating what it actually is. So
Yeah,
amazing.
probably.
All right. Yeah, so we got Chamorro Eats. Have you thought about with, like, some of the stuff you offer, like, offering it in, like, local, like, mom and pops or just places?
Wholesale distribution, right?
Mhm.
So, that's in the works. That's in the works. So
Nice.
I had more plans when I come back home. Yeah,
Yeah.
because
Hit
a
the
lot
ground
of people
running.
have been
Alright.
asking about the Goodzerria, and the
Mhm.
Goodzerria, we all know and love the OG Tita's Goodzerria, but
Mhm.
like the Goodzerria that I offer, it's assorted flavors like ube, vanilla,
Oh,
latizza,
okay.
red velvet, pandan. So just all these
Okay.
different flavors. There's like a
Yeah.
flavor for everyone to enjoy, right? And
Mhm.
that's something that people want to carry on their store shelves. And it's something I gotta work that out when I get back home.
That is awesome. Yeah, so we
Yeah.
got we got a new single about to be released. You got
Yes.
that. You got a potential EP coming out, right? So that's all on the
Yes.
music side, and then
Yes.
we got just loads of good food coming out, and potentially a food truck. So that's awesome.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
All right. So I'd like to kind of pivot just a little bit in terms of the discussion. I do want to kind of talk more about how you're enjoying your stay, right? And so kind of the theme of the show is we're all going to check out, right? Meaning we're all going to die, right? So we kind of contemplate that mortality. And between like now and then, how do you enjoy your stay, right? So like when you go to like you check into a hotel, right, for like a vacation, right? They tell you to enjoy your stay. And then when you check out, typically they'll be like, how was your stay? Did you enjoy your stay? So you kind of reflect on like what has it been like, your time there. And so the goal of the show is when whether it's the end of a project or it's the end of a career or it's even just the end of your life, whatever it is, that moment you look back on things and ask yourself like, how was it? I want to make sure that I want to help people kind of look back and be like, no regrets. This is awesome. I had a great time. And so um with enjoy your stay, two staple questions I asked you earlier, which the first one I want to ask is, what does a good life look like to you?
What does a good life look to you? Hmm. Let me just start by expressing gratitude for what I currently have in my life, my family, my friends.
Mhm.
Um, a good life to me is being surrounded by loved ones, pursuing my passion. I feel like I'm doing that already.
Yeah,
I
you're
feel
already
like,
living a good
yeah,
life.
I feel
That's
like I'm
awesome.
already living a good life, you know, happy, healthy, thriving, loved, loving. Um,
Mhm.
I feel like that's an idea of a good life. No
It's
regrets,
not, there's no wrong
living
answers.
life to the
Yeah.
fullest. Life is
Yeah.
so fragile, so precious. So, you know, time
Mhm.
is fleeting. Life is so I feel like you have to make the most of your life. And that would be, yeah, pursuing your passion, loving as
Sweet.
if today's your last day, right?
Yeah, and then yeah, so that's awesome. So just to kind of a variation of that question is what would a perfect last day look like for you?
Perfect last day.
Yeah. Start to finish.
Oh my gosh. Well, I always start my day with a cup of coffee.
Hey,
I
why not
love a
continue to
hot
just
cup of
yeah.
coffee. A hot cup of coffee. Um, Eating some really good food with my family.
What would be your what would be I know there's a ton of like YouTube channels and podcasts dedicated to
Mhm,
this. What would
okay.
your like last meal be?
Last meal. Gosh. What would be my last meal? Salmon rice.
Uh, Keep it
That's
simple. It's a staple. It's what we
It's
all grew
crazy,
up
right?
on.
That's crazy, that's crazy, yeah.
Let me
Salmon
ask you then,
rice,
which spam are we eating?
bruh, hot and spicy all the way.
Hot and spicy. I'm a less sodium kind of guy. The hot and spicy, I don't the yeah, I don't know. The
Hey,
less
it's
sodium
okay.
is what I've
It's
grown
okay.
up with. Yeah, it's so good. But
Yeah, me
hot and
too, or the
spicy,
light. It's okay,
yeah,
it's okay. Whatever
yeah.
makes you happy. Me,
Spam
it's
is
hot and
spam.
spicy spam. I love
There
spam.
you go.
Like, no
Yeah, no,
lie.
yeah, no. My daughter is a huge spammer. She grew up on it, and even to this day, it's like one of her comfort foods. And we just had spam
Yeah,
like
there, it's a comfort
2
food.
days
I just
ago.
want
Yeah,
comfort food, something
yeah,
simple. I don't want a salad, like, I want something super greasy. Super greasy.
yeah.
Maybe an empanada, on spicy spam,
Mhm.
garlic rice, and a crispy fried egg that was flashed on the pan where it's
Ooh,
still
okay.
runny and yolky in the
And it just
center.
kind of opens up. Yeah,
Ugh. But it's like bubbly and crispy on the edges. That's how my grandma
um,
makes the egg. So that brings
that's
me back to
awesome.
grandma's kitchen with the fried
There you
egg.
go, yeah. That's awesome, it's cool that, again, just a lot of you're just paying tribute to those that have come before you, right? And really, it shows that, you know, your upbringing of, like, whether it's music, right, with the stuff that you currently play, or the food that you cook. You can tell that your influences are those that have come before you and that you've had a really great upbringing, you know what I mean?
I'm
You
a
were raised right,
sentimental
like
being. I am so sentimental. I
there you go.
really am.
What would
Yeah.
be okay, here's another tough question. What would be the last song you listened to?
Oh my gosh.
I know that's a loaded question. I know that can obviously vary based on your mood, right? We talked about this.
Yeah, it's a
It can
mood.
vary on the day. So just
I
right
know it.
now,
I know
yeah,
it.
what do you got?
Landslide by Fleetwood Mac.
That's interesting.
I
Okay,
love
okay.
Fleetwood Mac. Stevie
Yeah,
Nicks is a queen.
yeah, that's yeah, no, that is a really good song. That'd be a nice, like, send-off song, right? Kind of
That's a
just
I was kind
reflecting on things, so
yeah. Oh, I hope
right.
they play that at my funeral.
Well, I mean, it'll be that or probably Twin Flame, if anything, you
No,
know?
that's too
No,
emo.
okay, okay.
Yeah.
Alright, so the other thing I wanted to ask, and again, is just kind of another staple, is what is on the bucket list? Since we're kinda talking about right at the end, if that makes sense, like,
Yeah.
what are some of the things you wanna do before you die?
Before I die. Oh gosh, would love to experience marriage and being a mother, being a mom. Yeah, I'm not
Alright,
there
those
yet.
are great.
Yeah, there's no
Yeah,
ring there. Yeah.
yeah,
I would love to get married in church.
mhm,
I think I'm a romantic, a hopeless romantic. So, I mean, if it's not in God's plan, it's fine, whatever. But a bucket
mhm.
list, sorry, scratch that. Scratch
Yeah.
that. That's not on the bucket list.
No, marriage and marriage and motherhood are great items for
Yeah?
sure. It's not there
Okay.
no wrong answers by all means, you know, whatever you wanna do, you know?
Bucket
We talked a
list.
little bit about Reese earlier. Her one of her
Yeah.
things was to go see a penguin, and she saw a penguin in
I
Japan.
know, that's so
So,
cute.
there we go, yeah. So,
Okay.
I think if you speak it into existence here on the show, it's gonna happen for you. That's
Oh gosh.
we're one for one, so maybe Mr. Wright's listening to the show,
Nah,
which
dude. I don't
of
know
the
about
8
that, dude.
people that listen, maybe he's one of them. Yeah.
We don't know. We don't know that.
Yeah, we don't know.
Bucket
Yeah.
list. Scratch that. No, for real. You better edit that out.
Yes,
Don't include
yes.
that, please. Don't include that.
I won't. I'll
That seems
maybe
kind of
include it in, like,
pathetic.
the
Don't do
front.
that. No,
No, it's
oh,
not
don't do that.
pathetic, it's not pathetic. It's we just talked about, like, vulnerability and, like, just it's relatable, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, there's still people that are looking for that and wanna, have a family and a long-term
Yeah.
relationship, which is
I
great.
want a
It's
boy.
it's
How's about that? Like,
you want more?
I wanna have a
There you
boy. I
go.
don't want a girl. I want a boy. So I can be that
Okay.
soccer mom. Kick his face, but no, kick the ball, you know? Kick
Yeah,
the ball,
yeah,
not his
yeah. Well,
face,
you
baby. Yeah.
yeah, to be fair, you could also do that with girls, but I get it though.
Yeah.
I get it. I get it. I get it.
Yeah.
Okay, so bucket list. What do we got?
Bucket list. Travel the world. I wanna go to Naples, Italy, and I wanna have a slice of pizza with a glass of wine.
Okay, good answer. Good answer.
Yeah. I wanna do
What's
that.
your favorite pizza?
Ugh, classic margarita. Yeah.
Bad. Yeah.
Classic margarita.
Do you
But man,
believe?
people are so creative with the pizza toppings these days. Like, I've seen
Yeah.
kimchi
Oh
on
yeah.
pizza. Like, I wanna
Mhm.
try that.
Yeah. Those are. Let me ask you then. Do you believe in pineapple going on pizza?
That's totally fine.
Okay.
And
All
it
right.
works because you have the saltiness of the ham, and then you have the caramelized sweetness of a pineapple, and it's juicy, and it makes sense. It's like a flavor
Makes sense.
bomb on the palate.
There you go. Well, for
Yeah.
those that say no, I think it's just because they haven't tried it. I love pineapple on pizza. Pepperoni pineapple
Yeah.
is like my go-to. Yeah, but all right, so pizza in Italy, pizza and wine in Italy. What else we got?
What else I got? Bucket list. I wanna snowboard.
Oh, okay. I'm surprised
Mm,
you haven't done anything
I
being
know I
in Colorado.
haven't.
Yeah.
You know, it's a weird winter here. Like,
Hmm,
they said it's the warmest winter,
that's
and I
interesting.
and my mom's, like,
Yeah.
saying, like, "You brought the sunshine with you." I was
Yeah. Yeah. So sweet.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, whatever.
Okay. So, well, I mean, do you have any trips planned come out to the States or something this year or?
So, I'm planning to do more pop-ups.
Okay.
So,
Like, are you
my
talking about, like, stateside though, or?
stateside. I'm planning to cook
Nice.
more. I'm
Okay.
planning to do more pop-ups. So, I popped up here in Colorado.
Mhm.
Next one is Las Vegas, baby. That's the
Ooh, there we
next
go. There we
one.
go. Yes,
So,
it's cool that you're going to where there's a lot of islanders,
yeah. Mhm.
which we talked about or I mean, I, like, basically just messaged it to you, but you should come to Oregon. There's a
Man,
good amount of
I just
islanders
wanna go,
here.
like, the
Yeah.
West Coast, just, like, West
Just
Coast
do
tour, the
everything. Yeah.
West
Just do a
tour.
tour. Yeah.
Yeah, I wanna do
Yep.
a tour. I feel like that's what I'm gonna be doing this year. I'm planning on taking
Nice.
another trip out in May. I'll be out here in Colorado for my brother's grad. So, I was thinking, why not go to Vegas right after and cook some empanada, and then ship more
There you
empanada
go.
again. Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
That seems like
That's
a
gonna be awesome.
yeah. Is that part of the bucket list? Travel
Yeah,
more,
I mean,
eat more
travel more, yeah.
food.
Mhm.
Um, I don't know. I wanna go to any Michelin star restaurant, like anything. Just like
Alright.
yeah. I wanna go to
That's
Canada and
awesome.
eat Canadian bacon.
There we go. There we go, which I think is basically just ham, right? If I'm
Just
not
yeah,
mistaken?
just ham. It's
Yeah.
just ham. I just
But
wanna go there.
I
I hear
think
the
that
people
was
are
like
really nice.
yeah,
Yeah,
for sure, for sure. I mean, I think if you go anywhere, if you find the right people, if you're nice, people will just be nice back. It's just easier to, like, kind of reflect that, right? But,
yeah.
cool. Those are really good items on the bucket list. Anything else that pops out at you right now?
Mm. I wanna go to Mexico, but I think it's scary. I don't think I should go there. I wanna have, like, a real never mind, cancel that. I think it's a scary place to go back to Mexico. I just wanna eat,
I've
like, a
never been.
real
I don't
street
know. Yeah.
taco at a
Mm-mm.
taqueria. Like, I want a
Oh,
real
man.
birria taco. I want a
Yeah.
tamales. I want
That's
that real
awesome.
authentic food, like,
Mhm.
just food. Anything
That's
I
fun.
bucket list, travel the world, eat all the freaking amazing food. There you go.
There you go. That's a good life too. Travel and eat good food. That's a
Yes.
really good definition of good life. So those are awesome answers. I'm almost positive that not almost positive. I'm positive that you are going to accomplish those things, right? Whether it be traveling to Italy, getting a slice of, margarita pizza and wine, or
Mhm.
getting married and having kids, whatever it might be. I'm sure those are things that are going to come for you. Cool. Well, what's next for Chamorrita Eats besides pop-ups? Like, when you get back in Guam, are you I know you mentioned kind of the wholesale.
Mhm.
Have you looked into, like, kind of the logistics of, like, getting the food truck set up and stuff?
Yes. I've been doing my
Nice.
research, and oh boy,
Yeah.
pretty price tag.
Yeah.
Pretty price tag,
I
alright.
imagine.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I'm sure there's a community there, especially with food, right? Obviously, food's
Yes.
a huge thing in everybody's
There
life. It's
is a
universal.
community. There is a large community, and I I was invited to be part of the Chinook series. Shout out to Frank the Crank, Blade by Crank,
Yes.
my par.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
just call him
saw
par.
that. That
We're
was
not really pars,
awesome.
but that's my par though. But yeah, that's my par.
Yeah.
Just
Yeah.
yeah, he invited me to be part of the Chinook series, and I know he has like a Pono on there. He has who else? Fluffy. I know you had
Yeah,
Fluffy on
Fluffy's
your
on it.
podcast
Yep.
too.
Mhm.
Like,
Yes, yes, we went
and so we're
to
all
school together.
Chinooks.
That's
Cool.
awesome. Yeah, I think what, Frank and Sarah and those guys, what they're all doing with, Blades by Crank, I think it's awesome.
Yes.
They're definitely people I wanna have on the show.
I
Again,
hope
it's
you
more
are
of
going to have them on the show. You're going
we'll see. I definitely have my, like, kind of dream list of guests. They're
cool.
they're definitely on that. They're up there. Um, it's just a matter of, am I not as awkward and kind of this weirdo, to talk to them. I hope I can get them on one day, but, yeah, so many people I'd love to have on. But that's cool. It's cool that you have that collab. Um, yeah, I've noticed too with, like, the food stuff, like, everybody it's almost too like the clothing side of things. Like, everybody's very much like a support for one another, right? Like,
Yes.
rising tide raises all ships. And
Yes.
so I think it's awesome that you found your community, whether it's online or even in person in Guam. So man, amazing. Did you ever think that Chamorrita Eats would be like come this far?
No. I thought it was just going
Yeah.
to remain as a side hustle, but
Well, I mean,
now
it's
but
it's
I
definitely a little bit more than a side hustle.
it's way more than a side hustle. It's like, it's my it supports my lifestyle. I live and breathe it.
Mm.
I cook every day. I serve the community. Served Guam, served Colorado, shipped to California, Washington, Wisconsin,
There you
North
go.
Carolina.
All
Oh
over.
my gosh, all
Soon
these people.
Vegas and
Dude,
yeah,
Vegas. Yeah.
yeah.
Oh, I did ship to Las Vegas too. Like,
Oh,
it's
nice.
just
Okay. Yeah, yeah.
amazing. It's just amazing, like, the amount of support and love that everyone's been giving since I've been out here. I'm so grateful.
Yeah.
Such a beautiful
It's
thing.
awesome. Yeah, well, it's been amazing hearing everything. I want to say I am so glad to hear whether it's the music thing or even the Chamber to Eat side of things. I'm so glad that the work you've put in over the years, whether it's the last 5 years of Chamber to Eats or it's just your entire life with music, it's paying off. It's definitely showing how hard you're working, how just creative you are, how motivated you are, and how real you are, you know what I mean? I think that's why it's you're a success because it's from getting to know you, from the bits we've communicated online, right, over the last few months, and then just today, you're super authentic. You're really kind-hearted person, and it's just amazing to hear your story. So I do want to say I hope you've enjoyed your stay, um, not just here on the show, but in Colorado.
Yes.
With that, I think it's a good time to just kind of wrap things up. So, where can people find you?
You can find me on Instagram, on Facebook. My number is there if you want to WhatsApp me. Yeah, if you wanna
There we
place an
go.
order for some
Yeah,
empanada. Yeah, you can find me there.
awesome. All right, and then is it just Chamorro Eats on Instagram? Yeah, right.
So let me put the music tab Giovanni Love,
There we go.
Giovanni Love, double E, extra love, Giovanni Love, and
Nice.
Chamorrita Eats. So that's my music and my food page. You can find me on
Nice. And
Instagram and
I'll
Facebook.
put everything on the show notes.
Yes.
Nice. Awesome. Great. Well, man, Gio, it's been wonderful to talk to you. Again, thank you so much for coming on the show.
Thank you, Joe. Thank you for
Otherwise,
having me.
yes, I appreciate it. Until next time, you're always welcome to come back. But until next time, thank you.
Hopefully, I have more interesting, exciting things to talk about then.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
let's talk about throughout the year, kind of how things are going with the food truck and stuff, the wholesale.
Okay,
Let's talk
that'll be
about that.
cool. That'll be
Yeah.
cool.
All right.
Thank you,
Cool. Well,
Joe.
other than that, thank you so much. All right, everybody.